So, hi, welcome to Bad Days in Haddonfield, or Binge Buddies, what do you want to call us. I'm your host, as always, Bryan Dressel. With me, as always, is Matt, Tall Man, Dykes.
Where's the zombie dog gone?
You've been demoted.
I was so excited about Tall Man, I thought you'd forgive me for leaving out Zombie Dog, but instead you give me shit. All right, so Matt, Zombie Dog, Dykes, no Tall Man. Anyhow, we also have... we also have Ryan, Dr. Giggles, Lootens.
I know that one. Larry Drake is a G, man.
That was like, I'm not super, I've seen it, but that's about all I had, so I didn't know how familiar you'd be with that one.
Oh, Larry Drake, man.
We also have Joel, Clownzilla DeWitte.
Wow.
Is that like a giant clown that's dressed in a Godzilla suit? Or
I see it more as Godzilla with just a clown nose.
It's none of that is much fun. It's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You're the big bad at the end.
Should I see that movie?
No.
Okay.
No. If you'd seen it in the 90s when it was still like on VHS at Blockbuster, you just needed some time to kill, perfect. Now watch anything else.
Got it. All
Just
right.
anything. Turn on Troll 2. That'll be better.
Yeah, way better.
Oh, Troll 2 is a gem.
they're eating her, and then now they're gonna eat me.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god!
Joel, if you haven't seen Troll 2, watch Troll 2. That's not true at all. No, that's not in the same category as last week when I said Attack the Block. That one's an actual recommendation. Troll 2 is if you feel like it.
If you want to get really drunk and have a good time. Still, even then, don't watch the movie.
Yeah, if you want to do that, get drunk and have a good time. Don't turn on Troll 2.
If you want to get drunk and have a good time, get drunk and have a good time. If you want to get drunk and have a bad time, get drunk and watch Troll 2.
Get drunk and light a fire, and that your kindling is Troll 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, melted plastic. Perfect. That's...
Smells good.
I mean, is that the one that's got Harry Potter in it as well? Like literally has a character called Harry Potter in.
Maybe? I honestly don't remember. I haven't seen Troll 2 in a while. Like the jokes aside, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's
So
very
you're saying
hard to watch.
J.K. Rowling watched Troll 2.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely read some Neil Gaiman comics. But anyhow, we don't get in the whole books of magic of it all. So here we are, Halloween 4, talking about magic. How did Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis survive being blown up or shot in the face multiple times? They just did.
And why does Dr. Loomis have an egg on his face? Sometimes, and then sometimes it's yeah.
Depending on which makeup artist was working that day.
Yeah.
Jokes aside, I actually really like Halloween 4. I think it's a pretty solid slasher. I'm not a huge fan. You're going to find this probably a theme throughout all the Halloween movies. I'm not a huge fan of the main character, again. But she's much better than Dr. Jackass from last week, so, moving up.
Oh, you mean Jamie? I thought you meant Dr. Loomis.
I don't know. Dr. Loomis I love. Jamie, I'm not a huge fan of. We'll get to it. She's fine. Yeah. But I really do like, I love Dr. Loomis. Like, he still doesn't know what fucking movie he's in. It's like, dude, you're in part 4 of a horror franchise. Like, you don't need to sell it this hard. And he's just there like, nope, you hired me to do a job and be the best actor in this fucking thing. It's like, there you go.
Yeah.
But
he goes full Dirty Harry in this film as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's like, I've got a gun, I've got a big long coat, I'm going to go hunt down Michael.
I have a cane.
Yeah. That he just throws
sometimes
down.
I need, sometimes I don't. But there is something very kind of just fun about this movie. Like, it knows what it is. It knows it wants going back to be a Michael movie. It's also aware of the gore factor, so it's not afraid to be super gory, but it's nowhere near as gory as the one that came before it. Mm-hmm. It's back that level, like, brutality with gore, which is really good. It's part of the joys of having... Joy, strong word, of having Michael Myers in your movie. Like, that he has a very particular style of killings, which is on display here. All in all, I think it's a pretty solid movie. That I watched 1.5 times. Halfway through, my wife decided to watch it with me, so I had to start it over. Which is fine. It was one of those, like, he wasn't taking the best of notes anyways.
I mean, did you need to start it again? It kind of feels like the kind of film that you can just pick up halfway through.
Yeah, I guess you kind of couldn't you? Like, it's not like it's the most plot-driven thing. Like, really, like, as long as you get the whole Laurie is... Or, sorry,
Dead.
Jamie is Laurie's daughter.
Yeah.
And
Laurie is dead.
died. Really, really vague. Like, yeah, car crash thing. She's not here anymore, and you're living with these people.
Car crash thing. Jamie Lee Curtis didn't want to do it again, and we're moving on.
Which makes sense. Like, why would she want to come back to this again? I mean,
this
ridiculous.
was 1987, 88 when this came out.
80, was it 87? I thought it was 84.
No, it's later than that.
Was it really?
I'm just thinking of, like, I think Jamie Lee Curtis at that time is doing films like Fish Called Wanda, so...
Yeah.
She's not coming back to this.
It's 88, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget how many Michael Myers movies came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
One. Is it really only the one?
It was just one. It was part 6. Oh, and 7.
Yeah, part 6 and 7 came. Because 7 was...
5? When did 5 come out?
89.
Oh, wow.
These were back to back. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't they shoot these back to back?
I think so.
Oh, okay. That'd make more sense. Okay. Anyhow, let's dive into this thing. So this movie picks up some 10 years after the first 2 movies, correct? That's what they keep saying, 10 years? Yeah, so 10 years later, Michael is alive still somehow, as is Dr. Loomis. They both survived that, which is insane. Mostly because Michael got shot in the face.
Twice.
Like, I get, like, you could go, like, bulletproof armor for the chest. Like, maybe he was wearing something, so Dr. Loomis wasn't able to shoot him so many times. Shot in both eyes. He should be dead, but no, he's fine. Not only is he not dead, his eyes still work. So, like, go Michael. Good for you.
Yeah, his eyes grew back.
Yeah, I didn't know that could happen.
That was John Carpenter really trying to make sure that he doesn't come back, but he came back.
Yeah. I love so much. Like, this movie, this franchise is not afraid to go to, like, crazy, like, magic areas, which is cool. But when it comes to bringing Michael back to life, at least for this movie, they're like, no, we're not going to explain any of it. He's just fine.
Yeah, at least in Friday the 13th Part 6, they kind of explained it. Lightning.
Frankenstein.
Metal, lightning, body comes back to life. Yeah, I mean, it worked in Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I think this is just the point where I just realized I don't care about continuity. I don't need a rationale or logic here. Just bring me Jason, Michael.
We really should have done the Friday 13th series.
I guess so.
We'll do that next. And like I said, Joe called him Michael.
I was gonna say Jason's a more pronounced, like a more rememberable name, but they're just both names. I don't know what's wrong.
Can you imagine the Friday the 13th being in this continuity, and it's the song from 3? Dirty, 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 dirty. Oh 7 days till Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th.
Doesn't really.
Doesn't ring. Cochran was a genius at marketing.
He really was. Song sticks in your head for days, man. Anyhow, back to Halloween 4. So this one picks up, Michael's alive, but he's kind of like back into his dormant mode because there's no more family members left to kill because he can't find Jamie, and that's it. And then while being moved, the damn 2 people moving him have to mention that he's got some niece out there, and he makes a big old fist. He's like, "Rawr! More family to murder," and he jams his thumb into someone's forehead because that's a thing you can do.
They're trying to keep in line with the 3rd movie.
It's difficult.
Thumb kills. First kill.
That is, there is some continuity here, Joel. Although at least in the first movie, in part 3, it's through the eyes, the gooey part of the face. Michael just goes straight through the forehead,
Right through the skull.
Yeah, that's a man. He must
He's
have
a very
played a
strong
lot of Nintendo.
person, though.
That's true.
He must have been doing some severe weight training while he was comatose.
Just like that. With his thumbs.
Yeah,
Just every day.
That physical therapist at Smith Grove Sanitarium deserves a raise.
Yeah, you never skip hand day.
Someday.
God, yeah, just thumb day. Don't play Michael Myers in a game of Thumb War.
Yes.
You're gonna fucking lose.
I just want to see Mike Myers in Over the Top. Just show me.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was the weird choice for a film, wasn't it? Arm wrestling. It's not like boxing though, is it? It's like
it's arm wrestling and the bonds between father and son. It's a very heartwarming movie. We can do a whole series on that one movie, Over the Top. It would be over the top.
God.
I digress.
So there is that one thing, like after the whole like the Michael's back thing, and they're kind of getting everything going. I gotta say, like the beginning of this movie, like the setup and everything, it really does harken back to the original two in a way of like it starts to feel like natural again. Like both times I'm watching this, I'm looking at my notes and I have the note of like, got lost in the movie again. Like, and I just stopped taking notes because I just start getting invested in the movie, which is saying something really, really nice for part 4 of a horror franchise, especially when part 3 was, listen to last week.
I think the funny thing here is that the first two movies, the first movie is very typical, like, okay, young girls and boys watching kids, and there's going to be hanky-panky and all that. This one starts very much like investigative. Mm-hmm. You know, they thrust you into it, and they very quickly go into like trying to figure out where Mike is and how to solve problems. So
the other thing that this movie does really different, and it starts right out of the gate when Michael gets out, is that he's way more plotting in this one than he was in the other ones. Where the other ones, he's kind of like a shark, just in Haddonfield. Like, I'm just going to go this way, and, there's something to murder. I'm going to murder that. Moving on. Whereas this one, it's like, he knows he has to get rid of the police force. He's going to murder all the police force. He knows he needs to get rid of electricity. He's going to take out electricity. He knows he needs to get rid of phones. Takes out entire phone lines. Like, he's systematically, like, prepares the town so he can just murder whoever he wants.
He's been planning this for 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, and his stalking is like next level, and I'll get to that because that's one of my favorite moments. So.
Yeah, and it's very, very like it's something new, and I think that's really great because especially at this time, like just going back, we mentioned a little bit last week, but this time of horror movies, like especially horror franchises in the 80s, there are so many just titans. And they all kind of like they had their own bag of tricks and they're going to do what they can with it. But this one actually did something a little different with part 3, obviously. But then part 4, it's still like, this is familiar, but we're still going to do something a little new with it. And they did it in a really good way. Like, I can say that, like, compared to like my favorite franchise, like, we're going to do something different with part 5 of Friday the 13th. And they did it in the worst fucking way. Yeah. Like this one, they had a really good idea. Like, we're going to make him much more calculating, much more intelligent. Like, he's not just some horrible thing that's out there to kill you. He has a plan, and that makes him that much more terrifying. And I think it's really cool because he still has that shark-like element. It's just a shark with a plan, and fuck that. I'm not going in the ocean anymore. But there's something really fun, like when he starts executing his plan. Like when he gets like for me, the favorite one is the electrical station. Just this poor guy, just like, I pulled the 3rd shift at the electrical plant. This sucks. And then he gets fucking chucked.
Yeah, he's like literally thrown into the actual transformer thing.
Yeah, Hail Mary.
It's like shoots, he scores.
But it's like it's more. It speaks to this sort of like Michael has become more sort of like thoughtful and calculating in the way that he moves, whereas it's not just I'm going to murder people because it's like it's not opportunistic. It's more I have a plan, I need to do this, and I'm going to do it this way. And it's like you said, it's like he's learned from previous, like the police going around, that's going to cause me an issue, so I need to take them out first. Then I need to shut down the power, and then I need to cut people off from being able to call people in as well. And it's very much more. Yeah, it's more like a killer than like a serial killer than like just like the force of nature that he was beforehand.
Yeah, and way to the movie's credit, it's all shown and not told. Like, there's never a scene of Loomis going like, "Don't you understand what Michael is doing? He's cutting you off from all these things." It's just he just does it, and you just have to pay attention. Like, that's especially in a horror franchise where like not everyone's on their total A game. Like, that is tier fucking filmmaking. Like that's how it's done. And I think that's probably, like, that alone is probably why I'm going to have this movie, when we eventually, way down the road to the wrap-up episode, part 4 will be ranked pretty high for me, specifically because of that. But into the movie itself, so we have this sequence where, like, Michael's gotten out, Loomis is now aware that Michael is out, or at least he's aware that Michael got transferred. They have to go find the ambulance that was transferred because it got into an accident, something happened, and, I've seen bodies thrown 60 feet from accidents like this. And I love that Loomis just walks up, sees massacred people, just piles of people, and he's like, "Michael's out. You guys are fucked."
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, well, it's a car accident. We don't really know anything yet. And it's like, that speaks both to Michael's intelligence of like, I know this will buy me sometime. It's not going to buy me a whole bunch, but it's gonna just enough to start doing the next parts of my plan. And he turned a fucking ambulance into a bowl of soup.
Yeah.
Gross.
I mean, all Loomis needs to do is like, that's a thumb that's gone through that guy's forehead. Michael's out.
Yep.
He is a better police officer than the ones in 3. Yep, that's a thumb mark right there.
Yep.
He's a better police officer than the police officers in any of these films so far, I think. Like, you know...
Because he knows what he's dealing with.
I mean, I made the joke about him going full Dirty Harry, but he actually does in the sort of like the detective work side of it as well. He really does... You know, he starts thinking, right, okay, well... I know where he's going. He's going to Haddonfield. I'm going to head down to Haddonfield. He sees the gas station. He needs to fill up, and then he starts to sense something's not right here. And then when he goes in, he's like, he finds the dead bodies, and it's like,
And he finds Michael.
Yeah, Michael must be here somewhere. So he
Yeah.
gets the gun out, and he's ready. And I just think Loomis is sort of like, you know, he is. I mean, yeah, he's supposedly a doctor, but if we think about in 10 years before, he's been expecting Michael to get out again.
That's just it. You can buy it in this movie. You know, number 3, we talked about how, like, it's tough to buy it with the doctor, but this man has had such a storied history with Michael. He was his psychiatrist. He knows his pathology. It made complete sense to me that he would have a little bit of a sixth sense about things.
For sure.
That whole monologue in the restaurant is a true testament to Donald Pleasant's performance and his characterization of Dr. Loomis. Because there is that scene where he's giving that monologue and he's talking to Michael, and as he's walking, he drops his cane, and that's just like pure fear. Like, I can't believe like this is happening right now. Like, he's here, and then at the very end, he says, "Michael, God damn you!" Like, you know that is from Loomis's heart, and then he just opens fire. Like, it's like he lost at the moment, but he was like trying to take his time. But everything about that scene is one of the best parts of this movie.
If not the best part. Like, he fucking crushes that scene. Like, it's very effective. The only problem for me with that scene is Michael's magic trick at the end of it.
First I'm here, now I'm not.
Yeah, like, that was it. Like just show him move out of the way. And I'm there thinking this is the best sequence in any Halloween movie so far. But because we have that one little odd thing, and then it's fine. It's ultimately fine. But it's one of those, like, I assumed this was going to the point where, like, oh, he's going to do something to Loomis, and he's going to steal Loomis's car. And that's not where they went at all. But so it works, but at the same time, like, I think it could have been perfect. Instead, it's just amazing. So, oh no, poor you.
They do something really odd with this film as well, where they try to make Michael this sort of ghostly figure. Like, you know, people see him in reflections, but they don't really do anything with it. Like, it's just kind of like a few things, and it's kind of like, it feels like an idea that was in an early draft of the script. They didn't know what to do with it, but they liked the idea of the imagery, and they just kept it in for the weirdness of the imagery. But it doesn't really. There's nothing that sort of like backs up why people are seeing this. Really.
I gotta go on the opposite side of that, because I think that this really works for this movie, because this is what I was alluding to in the fact that the stalking of Michael stalking is next level in this, and they do that on purpose. They really lean into the shape aspect of the character. You know, when they drive away after all the Michaels are unmasking, you know, he's just standing there, and it's not a really focus on his mask. It is the shape of his body. There is that scene when the deputy is sitting on the porch and he's rocking back and forth, and the mask just kind of slips in. You know, that's really cool. I don't know if you guys caught this, but this is one of my favorite scenes. After the guy runs out and he sees that the cop car door is open and he runs back in the kitchen, do you guys notice the back doorway? Michael's standing there.
Oh, yeah.
Michael standing in that doorway, and that is just, it's so good. So that whole, you know, presence that you were alluding to, I think it works really well for this movie, because you kind of got that in the first one. They were kind of riding that hit, but they almost amp it up 10 times more by making him more apparent. Even when he's sitting in the chair and you don't know it's him, like, you're like, is that the deputy, or is that Michael.
See,
Yeah.
that stuff I don't mind. It's more the sort of the weird ghostly things where he's not even around and people are seeing like him. Like I think there's like a reflection in the toaster of Michael as a child or something like that, and it's just there's something a bit weird about.
Oh yeah, when she's trying on the costume and she sees it turns into Michael as a young kid. Yeah, that's a little. But because how is she supposed to know that it was a?
Odd.
But it's
Well, I guess it's because she has that picture of Michael when he's dressed up like that. So she's reverting to that memory.
Now, just to throw it out there, like they do have some sort of psychic link that's explained in later movies. Was this already planned in this one?
No, because it happens when she touches him at the end of this one, when she holds his hand.
Oh, okay.
That psychic connection is linked. But she does, if you remember when Michael goes into the house, she's looking at a picture and he sees pictures of Laurie, and then he sees a picture of him in the costume, and it's a clown costume. So I'm wondering if her seeing that picture just kind of, you're kind of in her psyche, and it switches to the boy, and she's like, oh my god, what am I seeing?
I guess the reason I was questioning it is because she had that dream about him in the beginning, like the first time we meet the character Jamie. She has that whole dream sequence where like he's stalking her through her house and she's screaming and she wakes up in the closet.
Yeah.
And then later on when he gets his mask, you have that amazing sequence where she thinks she's dreaming again. Like she sees him in person, like he pulls the mask on and he's
That's
in the
real.
store. Yeah, and like, but she doesn't know if that's a dream or if that's him because it's the Nightmare
The
Man.
Nightmare Man.
So I didn't know if that was like she already had that link with him because she was already dreaming about him, and that's why he is the Nightmare Man when she sees him again.
Well, to her testament is, anybody who lives in Haddonfield knows what's going to happen on Halloween with Michael Myers and the white mask.
That's true.
So she knows that, and she has the picture of young Michael in the costume. So I think that's the correlation. I think Michael didn't know who he was going against until, I don't think he realized that was Jamie until it was too late. I don't know.
Yeah, or he probably would have killed her, I'm guessing.
Yeah. But, so, because I think when he did the head nod, it was almost like, is this it? When the mirror shatters?
Yeah, it's not that easy to find her, right? Like the first shop I went into, she's here.
She's right there. Like,
What do we all think of the mask in this one?
Too
Not a
white.
huge fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
It's too stiff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just too...
Yeah.
It looks cheap.
The neck is too wide. Like the neck, like it makes him look like a meathead. Like it looks like the neck almost goes down.
And it's also like the neck's really loose as well.
Yeah.
It's like a Lego head. Like you just popped it on.
Yeah, it looks really cheap to me as well. It's like the mask in the first one. It's like it's a mask, but it kind of like like you were saying, the neck being too wide and too loose and everything. It's sort of like it went flush with with Michael's neck in that in those original ones. So I think there's something off about it. Like you said, it's too white as well. Like it looks, it's super super white.
Mm-hmm.
And do you ever notice that there's a bit where the hair just turns blonde randomly?
Yes, in the school.
Yeah.
That was I think they had to reshoot that, and they had to grab a different mask. So
They grabbed the wrong one.
Why did they have a blonde-haired one?
I actually I'm not a huge fan of the mask, but I don't think it's I honestly don't think it's the worst one out of the series. I think later movies have worse masks. I think I don't remember the one from 5 yet, but I remember not liking that one. My least favorite's always H2O. I hate the H2O one. It's got so much blue.
Wait. Which one in H2O? Because there's like 4 of them.
Yeah.
No, that's true. I'm thinking the one specifically when they're in the house, like when he kills Jamie Lee's boyfriend with the knife, and holding him up. It's very blue. I don't.
Yeah, it's like thin. My favorite was the CGI mask when he kills the kid with the corkscrew.
Why did they do CGI?
Because they had not decided. Yeah, H2O is a mess when it comes to the mask.
But
H2O is a mess.
That's the thing with CGI was not that good at the time as well. Why did they think, this will work?
I think it was a rock and a hard place. It's cheaper to animate the mask than to do a reshoot.
Yeah.
And that's it. Anyhow, back to Halloween 4. That one's a ways away. We'll get to H2O eventually. I have so many complaints for H2O, even though I kind of like it.
I kind of like it as well, to be fair.
But that's all I can say is I kind of like it.
Yeah, I think that's why I stopped watching it at that point, because I think that was the one that I'd heard was the last good one.
There's an argument there. We'll see.
Up until like the newest ones, anyway. This is I watched them before the most recent Halloween again.
Again, we'll get to it. I like the first Rob Zombie one. I know I probably shouldn't. I dig it. We'll get there. Anyhow, so now we're back in Haddonfield. Everyone's living their lives, not realizing that Michael's there to fuck everything up. And we get this sequence in the police station that I think is just absolutely brilliant, where Dr. Loomis comes in and he's like, hey, we have a fucking problem. I need to talk to the sheriff. And he's like, well, that sheriff retired, dude. Like, who's the sheriff now? And like, oh, it's this guy over here. And he's like, hi, you're Dr. Loomis. Why are you here? I know who you are. Please don't be here. Why are you here? It's like, it's this amazing sequence. And like, he's just going through all these things that cops are like, it's Michael Myers. It's not going to be a thing. It's just chill, man. It's not that big of a deal. All right. Well, somebody just corroborate his story, please, just to get this fucker out of here. The phones are down. God damn it. He's right. I love just the total shift. Like, oh, the phones aren't working. Fuck.
It's been 10 fucking years. Why?
That to me, like when we eventually get to the end of the thing, might be my favorite moment in this, because it's just such a great, like, all right, well, I guess we got to start figuring out how to save as many people as we can. What's he even doing here? He's trying to kill a child. Let's go find the child, I guess. Like, it's just like,
yeah,
like we are so behind the ball, like we're fucked. It's really, really cool.
I like that, like, you know, the progression of like how he's going through as well. Like when we go back to the police station after Michael's been there, and it's just that very slow moving of the camera through the police station, and you just see like the wreckage, the bits of blood and stuff like that, and it's so powerful. I think that's more powerful than actually showing what Michael did, because you can imagine the chaos enough to the point where you don't need to see it, and I think it works better when you just see the aftermath of it.
I mean, they do that a few times in this movie too. Like, it works pretty well every time. Like, I think the best one's probably the police station when they come back. It's like, oh, all the cops are dead.
Wow.
Here's a guy missing something.
Yeah, something got chopped off between these two poles here. Like, this looks brutal.
I mean, was it chopped or was it pulled though? Because
who knows?
He's pretty strong.
But then you get the but while like they're out trying to figure out what's going on with trying to find Jamie and everything, you get the people of Haddonfield, which are just, for those of you who don't understand my reference, in back in ATH days when we do movies with horror movies, whenever the townspeople would like grab their pitchforks and torches and start going out to murder somebody, we referred to that as Torch Club. So that's why I will continue saying Torch Club, because Haddonfield has a mean fucking Torch Club, and that's true in like all versions of Halloween. Like, they are ready. Yeah, like
they are so ready as well to just sort of like, right,
suit
let's
up,
go.
boys.
Get your guns, let's go. We're gonna. And then when they're actually going around the town, and it's like, there's a bit of
murdering people.
Yeah, there's a bit of rustling and a thing. That must be Michael. Open fire! And it's like,
so we may have made a mistake.
We may have killed someone.
We're not going to tell the sheriff about this. We're just going to let them find it out. When the stink gets real bad, we'll just deny it. It'll be fine.
We'll blame it on Michael.
Michael did it.
Michael doesn't use guns.
He did this time.
To be fair, this isn't the first time somebody was collateral damage just because they were wearing.
I was just
Michael
thinking
Myers.
that though as well.
Yeah,
because we got that in Halloween 2 as well, and nothing happened to Loomis, so they're probably thinking, well, he got away with getting that kid killed. Like, you know.
But Loomis had the right of it. Like, when he told everybody that Michael was there, knowing that there's no police force, he was absolutely right that these guys on the street.
But again, he said he's responsible for another innocent person's death.
He don't give a shit. Whatever stops pure evil, man.
But he never actually stops.
Cannon fodder, literally. Ted Hollister, legit cannon fodder.
He slows it down. But there is something kind of, like, I agree with what Ryan was just saying. Like, I love that sequence. Like, the Torch Club rolls up to the police station, like, all right, where is he? We're going to kill him. And the police officer's like, this is police business. Let us handle this. And Loomis is like, no, this is on you. You guys go.
Like, Michael Myers, suit up, go.
Yeah, like, he's here. Go kill him. And it's just
Is
like that moment.
Is anyone else thinking in that moment that Loomis is basically going, well, they'll go out, they'll get killed, but he'll be really busy, and we can get the girl and save her whilst they're getting killed.
That's entirely what I think he's doing.
This is definitely the few times where like a well-armed militia made sense.
Yeah. But I just love that, like, the police officer and Loomis back and forth, like, right after that is so good, because, like, you just started a riot, and he's like, you have no police force. That's the best defense you got.
Yep.
It's that or none. Good luck.
I'd love to see a bit with the police officer goes, "Fuck, he's right."
Kind of like Idris Elba from Suicide Squad. Fuck,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
All right. So here we are. We're catching up now. The Loomis and the police officer have found Jamie and her Rachel. Is it?
Yeah.
Rachel's the babysitter's name. Sister,
Yeah.
sister,
Well,
babysitter.
Rachel. One thing quickly. So Rachel and her friend take Jamie to get the costume, and the friend's called Lindsay. That was originally going to supposed to be there was going to be a bit. It was going to be Lindsay Wallace. Yeah, they were going to actually explain that it was Lindsay Wallace, but they didn't actually do anything with that. But Halloween fans have just sort of taken it as that is Lindsay Wallace because Rachel also mentions that Laurie used to babysit her as well.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
So yeah, it's nice little sort of like links to the previous ones as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I dig that. I'm kind of annoyed I missed it. But oh well. But I do like when they finally get together, they're like, all right, we need to go to this house so that we can, hold up in one place and everything's going to be fine. We're going to go to this guy's house. His daughter's busy banging the babysitter's boyfriend, but whatever. She's also got a no nudity contract, so it's going to be fine. It's 2 for 2 on this recording session of awkward no nudity contracts. But when they finally do all get holed up in the house, I do really enjoy that. It's a very short sequence. I thought it was actually going to be the rest of the movie, and it's kind of not. But I do like that claustrophobic. All right, we're here, board up the house. We, single line of defense. We got this. It's going to work. And the other cop's coming too. He's going to help us. He brought Michael. Yeah, Michael was in the back seat. He's a terrible cop. He didn't even check his own back seat. No big deal.
Yeah, like you're literally on lockdown because there is a killer stalking. You go out to your police car and your back door is left open.
And,
You don't
that's annoying.
think
Close.
for a second they're going, what's he thinking? That he doesn't remember himself climbing over the seat and coming out of the back of the car?
Or just throwing it out there, he is a resident of Haddonfield. He's over 10 years old. So he was here when this originally happened. He could see his car, see the back door. He's like, okay, so Michael's in my car. Just ignore him. Just ignore him and drive. Just ignore him and drive. Just ignore him and drive. I will get through this okay. That's my only assumption. Even though he's probably, he was right. Did he ever die?
No. He ends up really fucked up, does that guy?
Oh, yes. Yeah,
That's
right.
one ends up twisted in like a pretzel shape.
Yeah.
He's holding his head.
Yeah. Literally.
He got so fucked up, I forgot it was him.
Unrecognizable.
Yeah, poor guy. But I do like the sort of Caddenfather that's in the house. They make the girl, the police officer's daughter, just the perfect level of, I hate you. You're just the worst.
Yeah.
Is it because cops do it by the book?
Yeah, the shirt is bad. I enjoy that Rachel throws a cup of coffee at her. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. But she does have my favorite kill in the movie because I will never forget watching this the first time because about the time I think I turned it off because the rest of the movie is like, oh, new movie. But when I remember watching this going, Michael doesn't use guns because he takes the shotgun and he points it at her. I'm like, this feels weird. Michael's not going to shoot. And then he just rams her with it. It's like, So he does use guns like that.
Does his signature lift as
Yes.
well.
Nailed it.
So he's done that with a butcher's knife, a scalpel, and now a shotgun.
Yep.
What's he going to do with it next? Because it seems to be going big thing, little thing. So big thing, toothpick? In the next one.
Find out in our next episode.
I'm saying this. He's not done doing that yet. He's got a few more coming.
It's his move, though.
You get to Halloween Kills, and he's like, I'm just going to show this thing off all day long. Whee!
It's his signature move.
It really is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like Halloween Kills, but we'll get to that in a few episodes. At this point in the movie, though, Chewie was not a fan of the boyfriend Brady. He was he's kind of an asshole. Like he was the guy that Rachel was going to hook up with that night, and she was so sure that he was ready to take the next steps because he's showing those signs because he's a different kind of guy. She's like, oh, sorry, I have to babysit. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go hook up with that hot chick. She's right there, and she said she's willing. We're good.
Yeah.
So
Mr.
my wife
Douchebag.
he's a horrible douchebag. It is the first time I've ever watched a movie with Chewie where at some point in the movie she starts chanting for him to die. So at this point she's chanting, kill Brady, kill Brady, kill Brady. It's like she really did not like Brady.
And the worst thing about it is we don't even see how he dies because they cut away from it.
Head gets
His head
squished.
Sure does.
His head gets squished.
Is that
like
what actually happens
squished.
though? Because it
Was it his head or his neck?
It was his head.
Well, that's the thing we don't
Head.
know because they cut away.
It was his head.
He's holding-
Isn't he like holding him
Yeah,
by
you
the
can,
head?
you can watch how he digs his hand in the back of the skull
Kind of like there.
Yeah.
because
Right?
he
That's-
takes his second hand.
That's the head, Brian.
Yeah, well, it's kind of neck. I also have neck there, Joel.
He had him by the neck, and when he takes his second hand, he literally like cuts the back of his neck and squeezes.
Yeah.
That's that pop you hear.
The sounds. This
Brian
series
has thought
always
about
does
this.
a great job with the sounds with death. Terrible
Yeah.
each time.
And Brady sucks, so I'm not too sad about him dying.
Well, I mean that's Sasa Jensen, and I loved him in Dazed and Confused. So
Oh, he is good in that. Yeah, you're right about that one. He sucks in this. Not the actor. The actor does a great job. The character sucks in this.
yeah.
So that means actually more credit to the actor. Good job. Way to suck.
Way to be a douche.
I'm just thinking of jokes now about he wasn't actually the one sucking. It's probably the woman doing the sucking. But
This is all very tasteful sucking.
Yeah, I mean, we all know it only lasts 12 seconds, so we're good.
yeah. What, you're doing it twice?
Who knows? So at this point, Rachel and Jamie are kind of running away from Michael Myers because that's where we're at. And Rachel gets the great idea to throw a whole bunch of shit down a stairwell to kind of slow him down. Mm-hmm. And you get this excellent shot that's very Creature from the Black Lagoon-esque of Michael getting stuck by a box and just hit this box. You know what? Fuck this box. It's easily my favorite throwaway moment because he could move it to the side or he could murder the box, and he clearly chooses to murder the box. It's just so goddamn funny.
He's just getting his murder on. He's in. He didn't want to get murder blue balls.
No, of course not. But I mean, he's already murdered so many people today. So many people off camera. His body count was through the roof in this episode, and he's still just and a box.
Fuck you, box. Well, maybe he was hoping. Maybe he thought that Solid Snake was inside it.
Maybe or maybe they hid Jamie in there, just in case. Oh, that box a little bit. Is there a kid in here? Nope. Okay, moving on. God, this franchise really does want to kill children. It's two in a row for our recording session this week.
I mean, the children don't die 2 in a row.
I guess that's true. They're just the point of death. But I do like the runaway sequence. I like them going up through the attic. It does kind of have that whole very classic horror vibe of go out the front door or go upstairs. We're gonna go upstairs, all the way onto the roof, and just the whole sequence is a lot of fun. It's very cinematic. You get one of the best shots of the misstab of Michael trying to stab her on the roof and gets the roof. It's a really cool sequence, and it's shot very well.
Yeah, that whole roof sequence very tense. The mood's right.
I think this is a perfect time to bring up Alan Horvath's score because that whole chase thing that, he had worked with Carpenter, like we said in the last episode for Season of the Witch, but there's something about this soundtrack that is very, I don't want to say simple, but ethereal. You think about the opening, which one of the best openings in a Halloween movie with those shots of fall. But it's just very background noisy, and then when it almost builds up to the essentially for your chase and everything like that. So really well done. So that's
Yeah, and that I warned you all in the very beginning of this show. I'm going to bring up Friday the 13th a lot. That's something that Halloween has over Friday the 13th in fucking spades. The music in these movies is incredible. The music in Friday the 13th is forgettable at best. That's me being nice to it.
It's literally the music in Friday the 13th that you do remember is just ch 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 ah, ah, ah.
And that's not even music.
Exactly, that's not even music. I can't really, apart from like, even the disco-y theme from part 3, that's still not even memorable. I can't even hum that. But
No.
you say Halloween.
I can, but
I can immediately just go.
Yeah.
Immediately, like, you know, it's a very iconic theme, and I think.
Or
I think really it's one of the most iconic horror film themes as well,
yeah.
because like even with like Nightmare on Elm Street, Phantasm to a certain extent,
Yep.
you know, Phantasm's got I love the music in Phantasm. But
So do I.
think,
Yeah, it's great.
I think because Phantasm's a bit more not so much mainstream, I don't think it's as memorable. So I think in terms of like a memorable like horror score, if you were to play, you know, what's your top 3 memorable horror film scores, this will be up there.
If not number 1. Like for me, it's always a dead heat between, you know, Halloween theme and Exorcist. Like between those two,
Yeah.
it's like which one wins. I honestly don't know. They're both incredible.
And I think
both
maybe
outside of
Jaws,
the-
but it depends
Yeah.
on if you class Jaws as a horror film, because I think of Jaws as more of a
Yeah, you can.
thriller than a
It's a monster movie. Yeah. Horror monster-ish sort of thing. But either way, like the good thing about these scores is like you play them outside of the horror movie, they don't really feel like horror movie scores anymore. They just feel like good music. And like
Yeah.
it's just that's how impactful they are. But to kind of wrap up this movie, so at this point, like Michael's, you know, we're at the point of he's chasing them through the house. Rachel's really hanging in there on the edge of the house until she falls. And then it's just more kind of run away until they get to the Torch Club, right? And the Torch Club just fucking
Yeah,
waste him.
There's a really random bit where they go in a school and hide in the school, and he's sort of like
We get blonde hair.
That's when blonde hair shows up, isn't it?
Yeah, blonde hair is where he throws Loomis through the window.
That's right.
If I remember the scene right, the note I put was end of Red Dead Redemption .gif.
So yeah, Rachel saves Jamie by, you know, putting out the fire essentially. And I think that's what got the hair back. Maybe the hair was just on fire or a little bit lighter.
Yeah, that tracks.
And then the Torch Brigade shows up, and Loomis is like, or no, they're like, get out of here. So then we have the Torch Club massacre.
Yeah, and like I do like the shot of them shooting him just to crazy hell, and then it's down the hole, and it's like you know he's fine, right? Like,
Well, I'm talking like the massacre in the back of the.
Oh yeah, where Michael climbs into the back of the pickup and starts killing them very slowly. And then
Oh,
they-
yeah,
Yeah,
that
the two
sequence
guys
is
in
so
front have no
awesome.
idea that a foot behind them, someone's getting stabbed.
yeah.
No idea.
I also like because this is the part of the movie that I had not watched yet, and I kind of forgotten all this stuff. Well, not forgotten, just didn't fucking see it. But when we have our ongoing chat on Facebook when we're prepping our episodes, and Joel's like mentioned Michael appearing in the back of the truck. So as soon as that truck started driving, I'm like, Michael's in the truck. It's like this has to be what Joel's talking about because it doesn't make any sense for him to be there. He's got to be there.
Yes.
I can just see Michael just hiding underneath the car, and you can clearly see him. It's like they can't see me. They're not gonna see me.
It reminds me of The Emperor's New Groove, where they're trying to escape, and then Kronk and what's their main character? What's the enemy's name there? They were like, "How did he get here?" And then Kronk is just like, "By all accounts, this shouldn't make sense." Or something.
But yeah, the slow kills and like the two people in the front of the truck just not knowing is just fantastic.
The wind must have just been really affecting their ears.
Oh yeah,
I mean, to be fair, if you're driving as fast as they were driving and you're hanging on the back of a truck, there's going to be a lot of wind passing by anyway. I mean, you ever opened a window on a car and stuck your head out like a dog? I have. It's loud.
But poor Earl, he got it the worst.
Oh
Yeah, like didn't he get like he gets pulled out by his face or
He
something?
just pulled off his cheek, basically.
Oh yeah, that's it.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
rips
grabbed
his
him like
cheek off.
right by like that jawbone and just started ripping.
Yeah.
Ow!
And then Rachel kicks him out of the truck as well.
Yeah.
He
Be
could
like, "Sorry,
still be
Earl."
alive. He could still be alive, like in agony. And it's like, what the fuck?
We're still going 80 miles an hour, and you're in no condition to drive.
There was like one guy who got tossed off the truck without getting stabbed or brutalized, who just has to be lying there on the ground, probably with a broken arm or leg, like, oh man, I'm lucky. Like, how did I pull this off?
See, what I'd love to see, like a deleted scene where the guy sits up and goes, "Oh wow, I am so lucky," and then the
police and the rest of the mob come and just... It's Loomis driving.
Loomis is like,
Uh,
to a lot.
Yeah, a cast, a little bit of therapy, he might be able to make it through.
Well, unless Loomis drove her over. But yeah,
Which he probably did.
he probably did. So Michael loses, they're all back at their house. So Michael's just taking a little bit of a nap. He's got to go meet a hermit to, get back to health. We'll talk about that next week. But in the meantime, we have to go back home. Jamie is still wearing her iconic clown suit that Michael wore in the first time. So this movie is absolutely going to pay off that, because it can't not pay that off. And how do you guys feel about the sequence? I didn't know it was the end of this movie. I don't know where I thought it was, because I've seen 5 and it's not in 5. And then I've never seen 6. And she's not in 6, is she?
She is, but it's a different actress.
Yeah, different actress.
So it definitely wasn't this sequence. So I didn't know where I thought this was going to happen. Makes sense. It would be at this one. I'm not a huge fan of it, especially because I know in part 5, she didn't actually kill anyone. She messed him up, but no one died, right?
No, yeah, the mom lives.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really like the sequence because it comes out of nowhere. And then I think the fact that they don't even pay it off in the next one as well makes me not enjoy it even more.
Yeah.
Because it's just pointless. I'm just trying to think of an example of what we've.
It's like
recently.
the AI kid from one of those Resident Evil movies,
Yeah.
or something where she protected them the whole time and just nope, they're gone after.
Yeah, just go. See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like. I mean, the 4 is out of the Thorn trilogy is what it's known as. The 4 is definitely my favorite, and I think the ending lends itself to something that they're trying to stay away from Michael being the main antagonist, but then they went away from that with 5, and that's 5 and 6 are just so shitty. They're my least favorites, but we'll get into that. I enjoy the Halloween series through and through, but 4 is a very good movie, and I think with what they did, if they would have just left it and had the 4th one been the last one, would have been fine.
Yeah.
When you introduce 5 and 6 and the payoff goes shitty, then it's like, oh, this doesn't fit too well.
That's too bad. At least I didn't do the part 5 of Friday the 13th. It was like, nope, new killer this time, new killer under the mask. This is gonna be great. Why do you all hate us? You all say this is terrible. What's happening? I mean, that mask was dumb too.
Yeah, it was. So dumb.
Why was it blue? Like, what are you doing?
To show that it's not actually Jason.
Such a
Yeah, not a good film.
great song from Taco. I forget what his actual band name is. About part 5 though, that Taco from The League wrote a song like Wolfie's Just Fine, and it's fucking great.
Is that the one that you sent me the video of with
the band is Wolfie's Just Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, the little lawn scissor things in the eyes.
Yep.
That's 5. Yeah.
So there are fans of it. This is not me.
No, me neither.
Anyway, I think we've done 4. I think we did it. So it's time to move into our favorite moments. Who wants to go first this week? I don't have mine prepped.
I'll go first. I mean,
Go for it.
I'm gonna go with my favorite line, and I just think because it's such a really well delivered line, and it's the guard at the beginning when he's taking the 2 people through, and the guy sort of one of the doctors is just like Jesus, and they just turns around and just looks at him so deadpan and just goes, Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this place. And it's just so well delivered. It's that classic horror movie line of no, there's just evil here. But I love it. I think it's so well done.
Yeah, it's that you're doomed guy, and it's a good take on it.
Yeah. And then also the joke where no, that's 2 movies that have basically ended with someone just screaming. We had Stop It, and then we had Loomis at the end going no.
And it is very upsetting.
Yeah.
All right, so my favorite moment is the little episode of Seinfeld they snuck in the middle of this. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's when Rachel and her friend are taking Lori, right? Jamie to get her Halloween costume, and they're talking about not wanting to come on too strong with the boyfriend. This is a scene you put in Seinfeld and George Costanza in exact same dialogue and it plays out perfectly. And it's the I don't want to come on too strong. You're not coming on too strong. I don't want to come on too pushy. You're not coming on too pushy. I don't want to come on too desperate. You're not coming on too desperate. But you are a little desperate. I am a little desperate. And it's just like it's just that perfect Seinfeld cadence, and I'm like, oh, I'm familiar with this. I know what I'm watching.
I'll go. I've got two. One's a classic. Then I just always, whenever something goes wrong, I always refer to this line, and it's this: "Shit, Earl, it's Ted Hollister. You dumb son of a bitch. You said you saw Myers." So that's my, oh, we fucked up moment. But I always say that line. But I also like, because it's very foreshadowing. It's when Sheriff Meeker's getting his guns out, and he's giving him one to Brady, and he goes, "Oh yeah, if I catch you groping my daughter, I'll use that shotgun you. You understand?" And the shotgun was used on her. So that's my two.
Okay. Mine is from the Dr. Loomis here, and we're not talking about any ordinary prisoner, Hoffman. We're talking about evil on two legs. Which, like, to me, the line read on its face is kind of hokey. A little bit, but it's the way he sells it. You can somehow dip past that and be like, okay, yeah, he might say that.
I think that's like a testament to Donald Pleasance as an actor. Like actors like Donald Pleasance, like they have the ability to, you see that with a lot of kind of like these older. Like Edward Woodward was very good at this as well, and it's like you give them like corny dialogue that's not the best when you see it written down, but when they deliver it. It actually really works because they deliver the hell out of it, and they say it with such conviction as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely works. Matt, did you go?
I did go, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Then that's everyone. I think we've done it. I think it's time to say goodbye to Halloween
did you
4.
Go?
Yeah, I went. The Seinfeld episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have actual things from the movie, but I'm going to stick with the Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
I
mean, to be fair, there's one... there is another bit as well that I do really... Like, in terms of, like, best moments, I do find it quite... No, it's gone. Never mind.
There it goes. Okay. Well, with that, we're going to move into plugs. This show, every other show on the ATH Network, be sure to check out athpod.com. We have this one, obviously. We have Damage Boost. We have Demon Days. We have Afterthoughts. We have so many things for you to listen to. Be sure to come check us out. I'll let Joel spend a little bit more time discussing some of those, though. Or at least one of those.
Yeah, so Afterthoughts is a podcast on After the Hype Network. We do mostly book clubs. We're going to sneak in a few related movies there from time to time as well. I'm also part of a podcast called Super GG Radio as part of the Front Row Network. Talked about pre-release indie games, games beating our backlog. And we're also doing Extra Life, a 24-hour fundraising campaign where we will play 24 hours of video games and be real jackasses about it in support of the Children Miracle Network Hospitals. You can search Super GG Radio without any spaces and find our team page where you can then donate to me and no one else. This month we're doing the... What was it called? Monster Cast, Ryan? Okay. All right. As part of that, we are playing the first Resident Evil game. So be on the lookout for a conversation on that.
It's a good game.
Yeah, I don't miss ink ribbons. That's
No.
what I'm learning from this so far.
There's a lot of things I don't miss from those early games. It's still a good game, though.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you can
Awkward
burn through
camera
it in like 2
angles.
hours if you want to.
I
Awkward
opened the
camera angles
front...
that you can't control, and you walk down somewhere and you think, oh, there must be somewhere that you turn here. Oh no, that's a dead end. That's it. Oh, I've got to come back up here then and turn the other way.
Yeah, I made the mistake of opening the front door and zombie dogs mauled me. So...
Oh, Matt, what are you doing there?
Yeah, that was very impolite. I don't appreciate that.
Well, you came into my house, so
Fair.
come into my house, you get mauled.
Fair.
Ryan.
So I'm have a show called Front Row Flashbacks, part of the Front Row Network. We do movies from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. It is October, the most wonderful time of the year, so we are in spooky season. So like Joel had said, we are in Monster Cast, so all things are devoted to all things spooky, or we try to get there as close as we can. We've done Poltergeist, Lost Boys. We're going to be looking at Hellraiser and also be doing a full disclosure spoiler review of the new Hellraiser, and then Halloween Ends is coming out this week, so I'll be looking at that film as well. I also do The Row Knows Nothing, which is dedicated to all things Game of Thrones. So we are looking at House of the Dragon and breaking down every episode after it airs. So be on the lookout for that.
Very cool. And Matt, do you want to give a quick plug for your upcoming show?
Yep, I'm going to try and improve this plug.
Please don't. Please don't. Make it worse.
So yeah, I've got an upcoming show called Science Nonfiction, and it's basically we look at either an episode of a TV series or a film that is sci-fi, and me and my regular co-host Dr. Charlotte Gertz, we Joel just left. He doesn't have the idea.
I got to drop, guys. See? No offense to your plug.
I mean, I don't know if you leave it in.
Definitely leaving it in.
Yeah, so Dr. Charlotte Gertz, she'll be a regular co-host, and we'll be also bringing in other people who will be like sort of either experts in that field or have more understanding in that field, and we kind of look at these like episodes and films and basically look at what they did well with the science, what they didn't do so well with the science, and then we kind of pick one element that was really good science and one element that was really bad science. So the first one that we've done is on the second episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is about a comet. We've got other ideas in the pipeline coming up. We're thinking of doing something that's on Mars, maybe The Martian. Gravity is another one we're talking about. We're looking at doing one on The Expanse, which will cover not so much a specific episode, but more like the biology of the protomolecule in The Expanse. We've got there's like she's a space biologist or something like that, so we'll be looking at maybe trying to do something like that. But then we're thinking about other things as well that we can do, and not necessarily need to get like an expert in that field on, just so we can get a bit more content out there. But yeah, so that's hopefully coming soon.
Very fun. Looking forward to it. I think that's everybody. Time to say goodbye. Be sure to tune in next week when we talk about Halloween 5, which is clearly Ryan's favorite movie. And
Halloween 6 is your favorite one, isn't it, Ryan?
And just in case this does actually release as scheduled, I'm going to say Happy Halloween. That might come out the wrong week, but looking at the schedule, this should be Halloween the day this is coming out. So I'm going to say Happy Halloween, just in case it did actually work out. And
as long as it's not Halloween 5 on Happy Halloween.
I think it's going to be Halloween 4 on Halloween. I think.
Thank God.
I think. We'll see. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for listening.